What are you going to be one day? What are you going to do in the world? Do you remember those questions? Those questions that were so often asked to you as a child, and your response was many times based off of some skill or interest or talent you had at that time. It's a bit comical to think of some of the things that we chose in that moment, as they happen to be these jobs that were things we were passionate about or doing in that current moment. And then as you get older though, you eventually hone in on what you maybe can offer the world and what type of skills you have. Sometimes you can pick these out on your own, but sometimes someone needs to even tell you what those are. But whether you see yourself as a skillful person or not, you have something. You have some sort of talent. Maybe it's an artistic talent, or it's listening, or it's business skills, it's your ability to care for others, teaching, financial skills, your get it done mentality no matter what, your housekeeping skills, your ability to help, your time management skills, your servanthood, your athleticism. Whether you know it or not, you have some sort of skill that has been given to you. Sometimes that skill is more or less refined than maybe what others have with that same talent, but you have something. Yet when you get these gifts or talents that are a part of us, no matter how skillful or how good we are at using them, the skill can be used no matter what. Someone who is given just basic skill in one area that uses it in a way to inspire others, to produce, to help, to coach, or help someone with that skill, you can get a big return through the action of just trying. And that action is something that can be used to inspire others and contribute to the world. Then maybe there are others around us who have amazing skill and produce similar results or even above and beyond what maybe others are able to do. That's impressive. And just like one who maybe had just basic skill, you both have brought positive results. But then there are others, the ones who have been given skill, whether small or large, and do nothing with it. The skill, whether refined or not, it just sits, untapped, unused, and hidden, never visible to anyone. It's one that's potential is purely lost in the world. As we face the inevitable future of getting older and older one day, and maybe look to how we first answered the question, what are you going to do in the world? What are you going to be one day? And you get to this moment to assess what you actually did. Are you going to be happy? Are you going to be satisfied with where you are at, where you served, where you contributed, how much effort you put in, what you involved yourself in, who you inspired? Are you going to smile about the potential your ability tapped into? Most of us today, we have control to change that right now by simply starting to use that little gift that's been given to us, or that massive talent you know you have. But it all starts with using it and doing something with it. And then hopefully one day, someone will say, "Well done, good and faithful servant." My name is DeMaster, and this teaching is a parable that starts with this man who is going to go away for a while. And he gives some of his servants money, or talents is actually what it was called back then. But in this story, he gives these different amounts to each of his servants, and he leaves for a while. Well, one person takes the talents and he does some trading with them to get double what he started with. The other had a bit more to start with and did the exact same, and he got almost twice as much. But the third, who was given talents, simply buried it in the ground to save it. When the master returned to see what was done with the talents, he is very pleased with the first two, but is deeply upset with the last. The master is mad that the person didn't even do the most basic things to try and invest it. He goes almost as far as calling the person worthless. Now, although this maybe seems harsh, What this teaching from Jesus does is trying to show us that he wants us to try and use our money, our talents, our gifts to impact the world. Whether that talent is small or large, it can produce. With this said, what are talents you have today? What are you doing with them? Will one day you hear a phrase that says, "Well done, good and faithful servant"? I sure hope so.